徐安如，一个从小在美国长大的22岁大男孩，其实是来自于一个台湾家庭。乍看之下，他跟一般年轻人没有什么不同，但他的成长过程却充满许多惊奇。他6岁被认定为天才，12岁就读大学，16岁那一年便开始进修博士学位，同时也是一位运动好手。他喜欢游泳，曾经第一次参加铁人3项竞赛就拿到了第1名。而他在就读大学以前，便和弟弟一同成立世界儿童组织基金会，关怀全世界需要关心的儿童。今天我们特别利用安如回台湾的机会，请他为我们爱学网的小朋友说说小时候有趣的故事。
So I've had a pretty interesting life so far, I guess, although I'm still young, and I've had a bunch of interesting stuff happen. But one of my favorite memories and one of the most unforgettable experiences was the chance to start research in a university lab when I was 10. And I think that this story is very important for a number of reasons, because that was actually at the very beginning of everything. It was like the very beginning of my trajectory. And the only reason that was able to happen was that I went ahead and I did it, right? I just went and I knocked on some doors and I found somebody who was willing to take a chance. And I feel like 99.9% of people, even people that I know, don't understand that that's possible, right? Like, you can get amazing things if only you put yourself out there and ask and try to make stuff happen, right? So it has to do with taking risks and some of the other stuff that I've been talking about in some of my talks. So just imagine me. I have a really funny picture of this actually. I was 10 years old, a little kid basically, and I was working in a lab with grad students and postdocs and under the tutelage of a professor. And I was able to do a bunch of my first really molecular and cellular biology research and enter that into a science fair. And that was the start of my love affair with science.
因为安如的学习速度与一般人不同，因此在9岁左右，徐爸爸跟徐妈妈就让安如到华盛顿的一个为了在家自行教育小朋友所开办的学习园地，叫做传承学校学习。
这个学校的第一个特色是不依照学生的年龄来分级，反而是依照学生的学习能力来分级。第二个特色，这个学校的老师都是附近高中的老师、各行业的专家或者附近大学的教授，由他们以自己的专业知识来教导小朋友。
在这样特别的在家自行教育环境中，安如可以依照自己的脚步快乐的学习，
而培养了很多兴趣，例如拍摄影片。我们来听听安如是怎么让自己一边摸索一边实际操作，从拍摄影片中自我学习，完成这支当年让他引以自豪的影片。
So it was a pretty cool project. I decided to make a documentary about William Shakespeare as my final project at the end of a quarter, for one of my Legacy Co-op School courses. And it was a pretty big undertaking because I had no idea where to start. I was starting from zero. I had to obtain a camera. I had to learn how to do research in the library to get video. I had to borrow cassette tapes. I had to learn how to do nonlinear video editing. I ended up going to a community college, if I recall correctly, to learn how to use Avid Express, which is a video editing software. I had to learn how to hook up a camcorder to a computer and get the footage off and record it, all that sort of stuff. And it was a lot of highly accelerated learning because I didn't have very much time to do it. But I learned probably, like 50 different skills in a few months. And I came out with a pretty good project at the end that satisfied myself, and I was able to play it in class, and it got a really good reception along with some of the other final projects. So I think that sort of illustrates the core principle of learning by doing very well. I didn't sit in class studying how to make a documentary. I actually went out and I did it. And there were hard knocks that, like there were things that I couldn't figure out. But if you have an end goal and you have a deadline, then you have no choice but to finish it, right? So that's in the spirit actually of some of the initiatives that I'm involved in today, including the I Do Club here in Taiwan, which is all about learning through doing and project-based learning.
这样努力学习跟生活的安如，他的人生目标是希望可以提升人类在科学上整体进步的程度，而让人类整体能向前更进一步。这真的是一个好远大的目标，但是安如是个做事有计划、有逻辑的人。我们来听听看，他要怎么达成自己的目标。
Obviously, that's very, very, very general, and it can mean a lot of things, right? But the place that I'm choosing to start from is the knowledge and the education space, because I feel like we are at the stage of our civilization now where the organization of knowledge and the proper acquisition of knowledge is one of the largest inflection points and sort of tipping points that we've ever been at. And if we can come up with tools to enable sort of faster and better knowledge acquisition by everybody on the planet, then we'll be able to make over the next few decades and 100 years pretty amazing advances that have never been seen before. So it's like exponential growth, right? And to continue that sort of exponential growth of technology and of humankind, it's all about knowledge. In the past, knowledge has been very sort of vague and nebulous. And I think that one of the most important problems to work on today is how do we sort of better associate and categorize and organize knowledge and formalize it and make it a science so that humans can learn more effectively and be creative. That's all part of it.
为了达成他的人生目标，安如跟弟弟成立了世界儿童组织基金会。第一件做的事就跟教育有关。基金会设在美国西岸，他们收集了大量英语相关的书籍，把书籍运到亚洲，捐赠给图书馆或是有需要的人。为了这个专案，安如和弟弟也自己写了有关生字及文法的书籍，并设立了网站，提供许多资讯，来提升亚洲儿童的英语能力，同时也唤起大家对于儿童教育的重视。在基金会之后，安如在念研究所时成立了自己的公司，撰写以学习为目的的语言、数学和科学电脑游戏，希望透过电脑游戏带来的乐趣与学习结合，让学习更有趣也更有效率。今天安如特别有几句话要对爱学网的小朋友说。
So the last piece of advice that I want to give to every student sort of watching this video is to apply the principle of learning faster than you ever thought possible, highly accelerated learning to your own life, right? So you're in school, you're learning from school, right? But you can learn a lot faster than that for the things that you're very interested and passionate about, right? So go online and spend some time just reading and gaining more knowledge about what you really love. Find some friends that are interested in the same thing. Form groups with them, have fun discussing it, and use those same sorts of principles to drive yourself forward. This is what I've done since I was 10 and even younger, and I've achieved a little bit of success. And I'm using those same techniques to continue to drive my own sort of life forward. So I think if you have the proper attitude about learning and about trying to learn as fast as you can to make a difference and to change how the world works in the future, then we will all be better off. So everybody should do that. Thanks.
徐安如，他不仅善用自己的天赋，使学习更加有趣和有效，他也将自己优异的才能用于帮助别人，希望能够改善人类生活。他的故事告诉了我们，不管是学习或工作，都要尽自己最大的努力，要为自己定下远大的目标，从做中学，然后尽全力去完成它。不要小看自己的力量，令人类、世界都会因为我们的努力而变得不同。